everyone, and welcome back to more multi-battle conference action. We are here with week 9, and of course, I am not alone.
Hello, everybody. Sorry for being so late to the trigger, but we are here back for week 9 versus the Platinum Pixies.
Yep, Platinum Pixies. And Fiona was there with the slow start ability there. It's okay, she's here now. That's all that matters. But
I'm here.
Basically going to set the scene for you guys here. We are currently 6-2. We are in 3rd place. 2nd place is currently 6-1. So we're kind of hoping, you know, maybe they drop another game so we can maybe get a bye into playoffs. But besides the point, 6-2. With a win here, we do clinch our spot in the playoffs. And just before I go any farther, Fiona, I will let you talk in a minute, I promise. Last week's, of course, I was going to have a video for you guys last week. Unfortunately, the battle did get cancelled. We did get the forfeiture win there off of activity. So that's why, obviously, no battle happened, no video. But we're back this week. Okay, Fiona, you can talk now.
Yeah, so going into this matchup, it was really interesting because their only real threats were Palkia and Mudsdale. Now, in this league, Palkia can't Dynamax because it's in the U tier,
yep.
And the U tier Pokemon cannot Dynamax.
Yeah, and something interesting about that is they didn't actually start with a Palkia. They actually didn't have a U tier at all. They actually uphauled their team, I think, about halfway at the last transaction cycle, whenever that was. So it was interesting to see. But as you can see, team on the field right now, and yeah.
Yeah. So the big thing, we were also concerned about Ditto, and we were trying to think, what side is Ditto going to be copying?
Yeah.
And Ditto is copying my side.
Yes. So the way that works is the Dynamax. The player 1s are always diagonal from each other. So since Fiona and Nick were player 1s, since Fiona and Nick were player 1s, that means the Ditto side would be in front of facing Fiona, meaning the Ditto could only copy anything from Fiona's side. So we were okay with that. The biggest concern was Ditto copying Urshifu, and thankfully that cannot happen. So
yeah. So our big lead here is we wanted to lead Dragapult Urshifu.
Yep.
It's important to note their Follow Me plus Palkia option didn't exist. Lucario and Palkia are on the same side.
Yep, that took another bad option away from us. So we're not going to complain when things start working like that. So me and Fiona, I think. Go ahead.
So interestingly enough, they actually brought the Pyukumuku and they led Ditto.
You ever just lead Ditto? I get what they were going for, because honestly, it puts on pressure here. Like, I really do respect it, right? Obviously, if Fiona wants to be player 1, you know, maybe they wanted the Dragapult, maybe they wanted to go big with Dragapult, maybe big Ditto, right? You never know. But like I said, it did put on a little bit of pressure, but I think me and Fiona were both very adamant in team preview, thinking about the fact that, not in team preview, but in prep, I should say, thinking that they were probably going to go with some sort of Mudsdale game mode. That was kind of going to be their big plan.
Yeah. I could also see the Ditto maxing, but of course they're not player 1 with that. The Pyukumuku is actually the one that's maxing, and let's be honest, they're not maxing Pyukumuku.
They are not maxing a Pyukumuku, but I mean, if they max a Pyukumuku, that works for us. So here it's basically, do I want to target this Dragapult? Obviously, I'm not touching this Pyukumuku with a 10-foot pull, so we're going to ignore that. The question is, what do I want to hit this Dragapult with? But we're going to switch out. We don't want to take any chances here.
So here we go into Aromatisse. I didn't really want to take like a big, strong Phantom Force next turn.
Yeah, no, we don't want to take that at all. And of course, Wake Up Blow is going to miss, but I was not touching Pyukumuku. There's the counter, and that's why I wasn't touching the Pyukumuku. So
a lot of nothing happened that turn.
A whole lot of nothing, exactly. Very good description to that. Very, very good description. Definitely going to make Pyukumuku the thumbnail, by the way, or at least somewhere on the thumbnail. But anyways, we're here, and I mean, we're pretty content. Game's kind of going as planned right now. Nothing crazy. Question is, obviously, Phantom Force should be going into what was the Dragapult, because they probably expected us to maybe max of some sort.
Yeah.
But so Aromatisse is not gonna realistically appreciate this. I
So
love
Helping
that.
Hand is gonna come out here. It's gonna hit Aromatisse. It does half.
Over.
Just around. Over half.
Over
Just
half.
around.
That's definitely over half. That's closer to 60. But still.
Yeah.
But still. Either way, Citrus Berry is here, heals back up, and Wicked Blow comes up. So, Ditto sucks. So Ditto was gonna die to this, but unfortunately Ditto is Focus Sash. So,
Yeah.
smart play to have the Focus Sash right there. I respect that. I think that's a really cool option. They knew we had an Urshifu, knew we could blow up the Ditto if they traced the Dragapult, so I respect that. But Aromatisse, you guys have seen Aromatisse be dominant before with Calm Mind, and Aromatisse Calm Minding up again here, so this is where things get interesting.
Yeah. So now we actually have like damage output from Aromatisse.
Yep, actually have damage output. I mean, we have damage output before, it's just not a lot.
No, unfortunately, we don't have Sucker Punch here.
And yes, by the way, we are crazy people, and we did go Helping Hand. So basically, the Helping Hand was basically for a Klefki Palkia lead. If they wanted to set up something like Reflect to live a Wormwind, we would go clap, 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 and drop the Palkia anyways. So that was the concept of why we had that. In case anybody was curious, it also, you know, makes people think now. You know, if anybody watches this video, our future opponents trying to scout us, thinking, oh man, these guys are crazy, right? It just opens doors in the future. So speaking of Helping Hand, they're gonna be the ones clap, clap, clap in here.
So this looks very weird, by the way.
Yeah, because it's a Ditto.
Look at this animation.
What is that? That's not a Dragon Dart. That's not a Dragon Dart, but we do just Wicked Blow. Like I said, still no intentions of touching this Pyukumuku here. And your boy Zert is going to go down here.
Yeah. So now we get a nice Moonblast into this this Pyukumuku. I was a bit worried it was like unaware.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, looking at that damage output, clearly I don't think it was.
It's not.
But at the same time, oh, we know it's not. But like at the same time, it's still one of those ones where you're like, you really don't know that. Okay, I want you to put in the comment section if you knew off the top of your head what a +1 Aromatisse Moonblast damage output into a regular Pyukumuku would look like. Does anybody have any sort of general concept of that? Because I definitely don't. You know, you can probably say, okay, Wicked Blow into Mudsdale. Probably close to like 40-50% if it doesn't max. You can say that with a lot of things, right? Different moves, different things, but +1 Moonblast from Aromatisse into a Pyuk, that's not a calc that I have in my arsenal.
Nope. You don't get in that scenario very
No, I don't think I've ever been in this scenario. Minus maybe, you know, back when the Canadian events, y'all tried to start running Pyukumuku.
Yeah, that was really funny. I remember I ran that with no IVs. But anyway, they're gonna like max their Mudsdale, which is not shocking at all. I figured that was their main maxer.
Yep, me and Fiona had that basically pinned from prep, so not shocking here at all.
So Helping Hand is gonna come out, and we're thinking, okay, they can only pick one, so we figured we'd attack with both. And seeing the Wicked Blow did not proc stamina, meaning they're probably own tempo with their Mudsdale, as like a way to get swagger from like Klefki.
And honestly, wouldn't surprise me. I wonder if they had it. I do wonder, but they do drop the Aromatisse there, which is, me and Fiona debated Babiri. I'm gonna be honest, we did. We decided to go Citrus, just because of the fact that I could have lived that. We had it lived. I would have been able to live that for full, but of course, as you can see there, we were not at full.
Yeah. So we were debating what to do here, and we decided to bring in Decidueye, I'm pretty sure.
I believe no, we went Dragapult.
No, we didn't.
Fiona, we went Dragapult.
Oh, we did.
Stop
okay,
lying.
why would we go
Stop lying to the viewers. We went Dragapult because we had the opportunity to max it right now.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Get a Wormwind up. If we would have gone Decidueye, the thing with Decidueye is we want it to be critting with Leaf Blades, and if we're maxing it, we're kind of taking that away. So,
yeah.
Figured we'd get the Dragapult in while we could max it this turn right now and take some damage.
So, Wormwind was the easy play here.
Yeah.
I think we protected with Urshifu?
I did protect with Urshifu, yes. Just because I figured they'd try to pick that mon off. That to me, that was the easy pick off. Also,
Yeah.
something I do want to point out is phantasming into a Wicked Blow would actually not boost the Wicked Blow's damage output. So there was really no reason for us to go for that. But you do see the Klefki come in here, which is a good play on their end, trying to get a little bit more pressure on that side of the field.
Yeah. And it's a little concerning because they have the ability to kill Urshifu now with Dazzling Gleam if they decide to choose so.
Yep.
But we decided we wanted to Wormwind the max user and make it as weak as possible.
Exactly. And this does get backfired because honestly, I was expecting when they brought Klefki in, I'm like, oh, they're gonna start self-swaggering. They're gonna go for things. They're gonna get aggressive. But we do get a Wormwind out here into Forest, and that does nothing. Literally
That
nothing.
does zero damage.
Literally nothing. Good news is I think we have the extra turn of Dynamax though.
Yeah, we do. Darkness actually comes out, so it's interesting that they decided to ignore Urshifu. We could have just got a free hit on it.
Yeah, exactly. We could have got a free Wicked Blow into it. Would have been perfectly fine. But at this point, I think we both kind of were in agreement that this Mudsdale was probably a Assault Vest. You don't fit Darkness if you're not a Assault Vest.
Yeah.
Considering you've already shown Steel Spike. So
yeah. So we decided, we figured, even with Reflect, Phantasm plus with Close Combat will destroy Klefki.
And you know, I'm gonna be honest, that was more, I'm gonna be honest here, Fiona said that was gonna kill, I said I trusted her on it. I kind of had a little bit more faith in Klefki than Fiona did. I was kind of expecting maybe, you know, Klefki to hang on a little bit, but we'll see how that plays out for us. I am just gonna point that out, that, you know, I like my boy Klefki. I am a Klefki enjoyer. But Reflect coming out, which I was actually expecting maybe a self-swagger there, but...
So yeah, look at this damage from Phantasm. That does so much damage.
Yeah. And then at that point, yeah, once I saw that, CC was killing.
Yeah.
CC was killing once I saw that, so...
So yes, Close Combat able to rip right through that Klefki.
Yeah.
Because Klefki, I don't think it has good HP. I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Most of the single stage mons actually don't have a lot of good HP, but the rest of the stats kind of make up for it. Klefki's really only gets made up for by its prankster ability. It's not really that great all around. But regardless, we're in this spot now. They take out Urshifu there, which is a smart play on their end, and it's time for Slippy because we expected Palkia. I expected Palkia to come in right now.
Yeah.
Right? They have a Reflect up. They can come in with Palkia, eat anything Dragapult really wants to go for because of the Reflect. We can no longer clap, clap, clap like our original game plan was because Urshifu's gone. So we kind of had to expect Palkia here. But they actually go Pyukumuku, which to me was questionable.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what they were really doing. Again, our game plan is Pyukumuku's just a sitting duck. It can't attack, so...
Yep. As long as we don't touch it till the end game, we're fine. We just got to make sure we stay on the upper hand of Mons before we do that. Because killing Pyukumuku is not going to be the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I think we doubled horse here then, right? Based on that, based on our reanalysis there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we doubled horse.
I'm almost not, I'm guaranteeing you we doubled horse. But they actually believe they switch out. Which is a smart play.
Yeah.
Just to try and preserve things. But I think that actually...
I remember it was in the back.
Yeah, it was Beware, right? I believe it was the Beware.
It was Beware.
Beware of the bear. Sorry, that was a bad joke. You guys, I'm sorry you guys had to hear that. I'm sorry you guys had to hear that. But the game is playing out its fair shake here.
Yeah, they're taking their long time because you do have to keep in mind these battles have a 20-minute timer to them.
Exactly. They're also thinking. Like, they're also just probably legitimately thinking as well. Can they afford to bring Beware in here? Is it better to have Beware and keep Mudsdale, or is it better to sack one and keep the other? Right? We do see Unnerf, so no berries, which is actually kind of cool. But anyways, Wormwood going out. That does nothing.
Actually, this thing didn't even have Fluffy.
Yeah. No, it did nothing because of the Reflect.
Yeah.
I don't even think Fluffy affects the max moves anyways. I don't think they count as... I guess they do, right? Because it's all physical attacks.
Do.
Right? Yeah, okay.
It's all physical
Either way, Skull going out. We didn't get the burn, which, I mean, it is what it is. And there's a pain split from Puke, which Slippy...
Honestly, I didn't even know I got them.
Me either, but Slippy's here. So Slippy takes that. And we saw this and basically said, Scald's enough into Beware here. And we didn't want to basically just leave Catapultra. We wanted to keep Pult alive, so... I believe you going out into Decidueye here. Robin Hood's making his appearance.
Yeah, because we were aware Beware got Sucker Punch.
Beware got sorry, I'm done.
Boo! But we knew it got Sucker Punch, and it would also be a great position for Decidueye to get on the field here, because we know Mudsdale's in the back on the Beware side, and Pyukumuku is not really happy.
To be honest, I don't even know if it gets I'm 99% sure it gets Sucker, but
Okay.
it might have been illegitimate, but we had to check. We couldn't risk it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, Robin Hood coming in. As you see, they do... Okay, well, I'm early because of the stupid shiny animation. But Pyukumuku is going to switch out. There is the threat. One of the only threats left in the Palkia right there. And we're going to... No Sucker Punch, and Scald's going to come on in.
Yeah, and Scald picks up the Beware, no problems.
Yep. Beware is no longer in our faces. And Robin Hood, I'm going to say, I think this is possibly... I think me and Fiona had a lot of fun building this Decidueye spread.
Oh my god, yeah.
This was fun. We were like, what item do we want to put on it? I mean, you guys already saw it in Team Preview, so we decided to go, hey, Scope Lens. We get crit moves, we get Leaf Blade, we get didn't we have, what's
Psycho Cut and Shadow Claw.
Yeah, Shadow Claw, obviously, because it stabbed. Psycho Cut was for the Crobat, just in case we had to end up getting in that position, but it was a lot of fun to have. It was a lot of fun to build, but we decided to do it this way. We're actually going to dodge a Spatial Rend, which is massive. So we have been getting our fair share of luck this game. Of course, Scald goes into Horse. Once again, no burn. Of course, we were AV on Seismitoad, so that Palkia was not going to kill Seismitoad, but it might have put it in range of another one, potentially. So that's one of those things that it is still unfortunate. And there's the Lash Out coming out. So I didn't even know it got Lash Out. I knew it had some sort of dark move. I thought it was Crunch, personally, but I guess it's Lash Out.
Yeah. Actually did a lot of damage, and that puts us in range of Spatial Rend now, which is a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, no, I think it's actually better that it did.
Yeah.
Because we don't need to really target Palkia, we can just kind of protect our Decidueye here, because you know they're going to try and kill it, right? They've seen the Leaf Blade damage. So, you know they're going to try and kill that, we can protect it, call the Spatial Rend there, that's an easy read, and it just gives us a free kill with our Scald into the Horse, and I'm happy with that, we clear the side. I mean, I think that was honestly for the better that it did that much, because now they were comfortable going Spatial Rend that way. I mean, not that it mattered, even if they go Spatial Rend into Slippy again, we don't even have to make a read, because, you know, then there's really no read we're making, we don't need to force, we're not forced to protect, but it is what it is.
So now they have to pick one?
Yep. They have to pick one, and here I thought to myself, hold up Fiona, we might be in a little bit of trouble if they are perhaps, because we didn't see Life Orb. And I'm like, okay, what if they are Scarf Palkia? That could be very concerning for our Pult that's in the back. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to slow it down this turn, and then go move on from there. So Spatial Rend comes out, finally connects, goes into Robin Hood, and we hadn't seen a Life Orb yet, but they hadn't gotten an attack off yet. So no Life Orb reveal, so Icy Wind right now. We're under the impression that, hey, maybe this thing actually is Scarf, because we didn't see the item. So getting that speed drop is massive as Dragapult comes on back in.
Yeah, and now Dragapult is able to threaten with a Dragon Darts.
Yep.
Because it's going to be hitting both darts into it. And if they switch, I mean, they're not really gaining anything.
Yeah. I just want to point out, Infestation Seismitoad is fun.
Yes.
That was also really fun to build this week. Fiona said, why don't we run Infestation? I was like, you gotta be kidding me, right? But I did want to point that out. But Pyukumuku does switch in, which is the correct play on their end as we get Dragon Darts coming out. There's nothing.
No damage.
No damage. I am curious as to how much his Earth Power is, so I am going to take a little bit of a gander here. I would say that's pretty close to 20-25% with that Earth Power, right? I just want to kind of look into that, because these next few turns are really kind of interesting and how they play out.
Yeah.
Because this is still terrifying. We did consider not targeting Pyukumuku, but me and Fiona were both under the impression that counter cannot hit ghost types. And last I checked, it couldn't. So when that changed, I don't know.
Yeah. When we were doing a Nuzlocke, I think I vaguely remember counter not hitting a ghost type.
I don't know. All I know is that we found out after the match. Actually, no, we found out, after the match. We found out after the match that counter does hit a ghost type, apparently. So you learn something new every day, so hopefully if you did learn that, then here you go. But the darts is going to come out, one dart into Pyukumuku, second dart into Pyukumuku, and that second dart just tried a little bit harder than the first dart did. Picked that knockout up, and there's the innards out. And
The internet out scared me. I thought we died.
Yeah, Fiona legitimately jumped. She's like, oh my god. She legitimately jumped. But thankfully, even if Dragapult dies at that point, we can kill this Palkia with Slippy. It's not too big of a deal. We're AV, and it would have really come back had Dragapult did die there. It would have come back to that side, to that spatial rend base.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's all Catapultra. Once again, we protect here because we are slightly scared of the fact that, hey, maybe it's Scarfed. And a spatial rend we know because we're AV and that they didn't hit the one before, it's not going to kill us here. So we Icy Wind it just to make sure Dragapult is faster. Just seems to be the correct play for us to make. It's the safest play. We need to make sure we preserve the 3-0 differential. We're getting to a point in the season where you want to start thinking about these differentials, especially with a potential bye on the line. But Fiona, Habanberry, you did mention that in prep.
Yeah, it turns out it's Habanberry and not Star.
You mentioned that in prep too, and I kind of laughed at you, but I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, you know what, it kind of makes sense that they might run it. But at that point, obviously, it didn't matter. I mean, if you're going to be Habanberry, especially because they were Habanberry, I think the turn where they brought Pyukumuku in beside the Mudsdale, if they would have brought in Palkia, they would have easily eaten whatever Dragapult wanted to go for that turn.
Yeah.
And threatened us back immensely, and I think they were in a better spot. The thing is, they just played it so passively with that Pyukumuku that we were able to get what we wanted there. But still a great game. That was a really fun set.
It was a really fun set. So, do you have anything else to say?
Well, we're currently 7-2. I'm going to pause this video before it loops real quick. But we're currently 7-2. I'm going to flash some standings up on the screen. We are kind of hoping the Matt Alcinas, which we did beat earlier in the season, maybe drop a game. They still have to play the first place team, so we're hopeful that maybe, you know, we can slip into second place and get a bye. I do want to say that this week we do have a bye. Next week coming up, so there will be no multi-battle video next week. It is a bye. There's literally no match we can do. So 2 weeks from now, we'll probably have a that last week of the regular season there. Probably with a little bit more standings, but this does clinch us the playoff spot. Fiona, how do you feel?
I'm really happy that we were able to make playoffs with our team.
Agreed.
I think
very much so agreed. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I mean, I wasn't personally happy with our draft. I thought the draft was good. I didn't think the draft was great. I know we had a lot of criticism from the Amubi's Burnouts, who also said, you know, the draft is good, but it's not great. But I'm happy to be where we're at. Still sitting at third, though, unfortunately. But I'm happy with it right now.
Yeah, and I'm really happy with it, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
I think hopefully we'll make a big storm win in playoffs, and we hopefully secure a bye.
Playoffs is best of 3 this season, which I'm really looking forward to. But anyways, with that, guys, I think we're gonna get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go doesn't click for buy. Put that in the chat. Hashtag doesn't click for the buy if you guys are still watching. But anyways, I will. We're gonna get on out of here, and I will catch you guys in the next video.